this is our second lecture of the topic to find out center of mass and center of stiffness. So students, in the last lecture, we have to discuss about there are two types of system. First one is non-uniform system, in which in any system there are different weights or it is different mass in the system. It is called as non-uniform system. And second one is uniform mass distribution. So students, you all know that we are already discussed in our example number 1, in which there is a uniform mass distribution. So where uniform mass distributions are there, so the center of mass is exact at the center of the system. And in non-uniform mass distribution, our center of mass is depend on the heavy weight in the system. So in the last lecture, we have to discuss about two example. In the first example, we are discuss about the uniform mass distribution, and in example number 2, we are discussing about non-uniform mass distribution. Now, let us start our example number 3. So, in example number 3, the question is the plan of the building show a simple one-story building. Okay, so this is the plan of a one-story building. All the columns and beams have the same cross-sectional area. So students, why these clarifications are there in the question? So columns and beams have same cross-sectional area means your beam and column have same size, so all the beams and all the columns are take equal load of the system. So this is useful to find out center of stiffness, because in center of stiffness it is clearly mentioned that the point through which the resultant of the forces is act on a system is called a center of stiffness. Okay, so now obtain its center of mass and center of stiffness. So students, you can see that in this figure there is no any clarification regarding this system is act as a uniform mass distribution or it is non-uniform mass distribution. So whenever there is no any clarification regarding uniform or non-uniform, then we have to consider that this system is act as a uniform mass distribution. Okay, so first of all, let us start our center of mass. So first of all, the lower left portion. So this is your lower left portion of a system is considered as origin 0 0. So this is the point of 0 0. So whenever there is a uniform mass distribution, then your center of mass is exact at the center point. So in x direction, what is the total length? The total length is 5 plus 5 plus 10. So our total length is 20 meter. Okay. So you can see that our this length is 5 plus 5 plus this is 9 meter. There will be some typing error. So our total length in x direction is 19 meter and our total length in y direction is 5 plus 5, which is equal to 10 meter. So what is the value of center of mass? So you can see that our center of mass is exact at the center point, because we have to consider as uniform mass distribution. So your center of mass in x direction is exact at the center point. So our center point is 5 plus 5 plus 9. I repeat, there will be some typing error. So our center of mass is at 9.5 meter in x direction, and in y direction our center of mass is at 5 meter. So our coordinates of center of mass is 9.5 in x direction and 5 meter in y direction. Now the second term is center of stiffness. The word stiffness. So you all know that in structural analysis 1 and structural analysis 2, indeterminate structures. So in indeterminate structure there is 3 or 4 methods like Canis methods, moment distribution method, slope deflection method. So in moment distribution method is the very accurate method. So in moment distribution method, there will be one component, it is df, distribution factor. So what is the equation of distribution factor? The equation of distribution factor is 4 ei by L when far end is fixed. It is the value of k. Okay, so k is considered as stiffness. So in this example our stiffness is denoted by k. Now in this figure you can see that total 12 columns are there. This is column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So in the question it is clearly mentioned that all the columns and beams have same cross sectional area, means the capacity of taking loads of all the columns and beams are remain same. It means our stiffness, all the column stiffness is remain same. So our K1 is equal to K2 is equal to K3 is equal to up to K12, because we have to total 12 columns in this system. Okay, so whenever our equation of distribution of mass is in the last lecture, W1x1 plus W2x2 plus up to and Wnxn divided by W1 plus W2 plus up to Wn. So like that our equation of center of stiffness in x direction, it is K1x1 plus K2x2 plus K3x3 plus up to K12x12, because in the system there are 12 columns are there, divided by K1 plus K2 plus K3 up to plus K12. Okay. Now you can see that this is your column number 1. So what is the value of K1? The value of K1 is K, because we have to consider all the K1 is equal to K2 is equal to K3 up to K12 is equal to K constant. Okay. So the value of K1 is equal to K, and what is the value of X? So this is our origin point. So our X1 is remain 0. This is your column number 2. So K2 is equal to K, and our X dimension is also remain 0, because this line is our origin line in X direction. Similarly, this value K3 is equal to K and X3 is equal to 0. So there are 3 columns in one line which have the value of X is equal to 0. So our final answer is 3k into 0. Similarly, you can see that these 3 columns are at the same line. So our value is 3k into 5. Next one is 3k into 10, and this is 3k into 19, because 5 plus 5 plus 9 divided by 12k, because k1 plus k2 plus k3 up to 12k. Okay, k12. So all this value k1 k2 is remain as k. So k plus k plus k, it is 12 times k. Okay, so our center of stiffness in x direction is 8.5 meter. So this is the calculation of center of mass and center of stiffness in x direction. Now the term center of stiffness in y direction. So similar calculation, but the only change is k1 y1, because we have to find out the value of y1. K2 y2 plus K3 y3 y3 divided plus up to k12 y12 divided by k1 plus k2 plus k3 plus up to k12. Now you can see that this is your column number 1, but these columns y dimension is 0. You can see that for this column the y dimension is also remains 0. For this column your y dimension is 0, and for this column it is also called as your y dimension is 0. So there are 4 columns in one row having your y direction or y length is 0. So 4k into 0. Next one is these 4 columns are at same row having the length of y is equal to 5 meter. So it is called as 4k into 5, and last one is 4k into 10 divided by 12k. So you will get your answer ys is equal to 5 meter. So your final answer of coordinates of center of stiffness is 8.5 meter in x direction and 5 meter in y direction. So you all are clear in this example. Now we are moving further to the next example. In this example, there is one floor and the floor is having 4 shear wall of different lengths. Okay, so now let us start our next example. So in next example the question is calculate center of mass. Mass means weight. So there are total 5 components weights are considered. So which 5 component? So first one is our slab. So sulfate of slab is considered as component number 1. This is your shear wall number 1. So the shear wall number 1 is also his sulfate is considered. This is your shear wall number 2. This is your shear wall number 3, and this is your shear number 4. So 4 shear walls and 1 slab. So total 5 components sulfate is considered in center of mass calculation and center of stiffness. So center of stiffness, the word is stiff. So you all know that for shear wall, why we have to provide shear wall? To take vertical and horizontal load, mainly to take horizontal loads to protect against earthquake. Okay, so these 4 shear walls load consider while we have to calculate center of stiffness for a 1 story shear wall masonry building with a rigid diaphragm roof for the following data. Okay, so there are 4 shear walls with relative rigidity of each wall as shown in figure. So this is your figure, and the rigidity of this is 0.76. The rigidity of this shear wall is 0.85. The rigidity of S3 is 0.24, and the rigidity of this shear wall is 0.15. I repeat, rigidity is 0.76. For this it is 0.85. For this it is 0.24, and for this shear wall it is 0.15. Okay. Now the height of wall up to roof level is 4 meter, means the height of the wall is 4 meter, height of parapet is 1 meter, self weight of the roof is 3 kilonewton per meter square. So first of all, whenever we have to find out center of mass, mass means weight. So what is the unit of weight? The unit of weight is kilonewton. So we have to convert kilonewton per meter square to kilonewton by multiplying some area. Okay, and self weight of wall is 5 kilonewton per meter square. So it is also in kilonewton per meter square. So we have also multiply with meter square and convert it to kilonewton. So This is your shear wall number 1 having length of 8 meter. This is your shear wall number 2 having length of 18 meter. This is shear wall number 3 having length of 6 meter, and this is shear wall number 4 having length of 6 meter. The thickness of shear wall is not given, so we have to consider as line value. Okay, say for example, this is your origin. Now your shear wall number 3 is over here. So what is the length in x direction? So this is length 18 meter. Okay, there is no any deduction of thickness because there is no any clarification regarding the thickness of shear wall. Okay, so now in the next lecture we have to discuss about center of mass and center of stiffness of one story shear wall building. Okay, so this is the end of today's session. Thank you.